Thank you for choosing our product. At EOS, we are delighted to accompany you on this new journey. To help you get started, we've prepared this tutorial video to guide you step by step. In this video, we aim to provide practical guidance for mounting, setting up, fine-tuning, and maintaining your laser sensor device. The first step in installing the laser sensor is to choose the type of mounting. We offer two options. The first is a practical and versatile solution, an adjustable clamping block that allows for quick and easy installation directly on the yarn guide ring. The second option involves securing the circular block through a drilled hole, often used to mount the sensor on the camshell. Mounting the sensor on the yarn guide ring is not always the most convenient solution. This is because, in the event of adjustments to the needle discharge position, such as advancing or delaying independently of the yarn guide ring, the position of the needle shape may change. As a result, the sensor could also end up misaligned with the needles. The first step involves securing the sensor mount onto the machine. Depending on the chosen model, you can use the clamp block or the circular support with a screw. This step can be preceded by a loose placement of the entire assembly, which is useful for verifying that the sensor is correctly oriented toward the desired needle area. During this operation, ensure that the sensor does not interfere with any mechanical components or working threads. After completing this preliminary check, proceed with the final fastening of the block, ensuring it is stable and properly aligned. This will provide a solid base for the sensor and facilitate subsequent adjustments. The final fastening of the assembly, with the correct positioning of the sensor in the desired area and at the necessary distance from the needles, may require several attempts. It is important to proceed calmly and precisely, carefully checking each adjustment. Do not be discouraged if multiple adjustments are needed. Each machine may have unique characteristics that require special attention. This process is essential to ensure that the sensor functions correctly and reliably detects any anomalies. Remember, accurate initial calibration will minimize the need for subsequent. Before proceeding with the final fastening and positioning of the sensor, it is advisable to carry out some preliminary checks. First, ensure that the sensor is clean, removing any dust or dirt that could interfere with its proper functioning. Next, test the sensor's alignment by pointing it toward a metallic surface. This step will allow you to confirm that the sensor is active and responding as expected. Once these checks are complete, you can proceed with greater confidence to adjust and secure the sensor in the desired position. Remember, careful preparation makes the task easier and improves the final result. To ensure the correct positioning of the sensor, it is important to follow some fundamental guidelines. 1. The sensor has two grooves that serve as references for positioning. These grooves must be aligned parallel to the needles to ensure proper alignment. 2. The entire sensor should be positioned as parallel as possible to the needles. This ensures precise and stable readings. 3. It is advisable to aim the sensor at the needles when they are in a descending or ascending phase relative to the needle bed. This position provides greater stability, minimizing the effects of vibrations or misalignments. 4. The angle of the sensor relative to the needle hook should be approximately 30 degrees from vertical. Pay close attention to the curved part of the hook, which does not optimally reflect the light emitted by the sensor. 5. The distance of the sensor from the needles should be between 10 and 15 millimeters. Proper positioning is indicated by the presence of a bright red light reflected on the needles. 6. During these operations, carefully observe the LEDs on the amplifier for the AG14 model or the control unit for the AG15 model. These visual signals are essential to confirm that the system is functioning correctly. By carefully following these steps, you will achieve accurate and optimal sensor positioning, ensuring maximum reliability during operation. The presence of LEDs on the amplifier or the control unit is essential for the correct positioning of the sensor. The illumination of the LEDs, preferably all three, indicates an intense reflection of the light signal from the needles. Conversely, if the LEDs remain off, it means that the reflected signal is minimal. To optimally adjust the sensor, you can use the trimmer on the amplifier for the AG14 model, or the sensitivity buttons on the control unit for the AG15 model. This adjustment allows you to determine the correct level of signal amplification, ensuring that the detected signal is minimal when the needle is not hit by the light beam. The signal is at its maximum when the needle reflects the light. A crucial check involves observing the behavior of the LEDs while manually moving the machine. The LEDs should turn on and off consistently with the presence or absence of the reflected signal. This test allows you to confirm that the sensor is correctly positioned and adjusted, ensuring reliable operation during the machine's activity. For the use of the control unit, please refer to the specific manual provided with the device. It is essential to correctly configure the three main parameters. 1. Control. This parameter defines the number of consecutive machine cycles in which the same type of error must be detected before stopping the machine. A higher value reduces the likelihood of stoppages caused by false detections, ensuring smoother and more reliable operation. 2. Sensitivity. This determines the time window for detecting the absence of a needle. Low sensitivity corresponds to a broader time window, requiring a more evident absence of the needle to classify it as broken or bent. In this case, the time window is theoretically twice the interval between the passage of one needle and the next. High sensitivity, on the other hand, allows the device to detect a broken or bent needle, even if the absence time window does not reach twice the interval between two consecutive needles. 3. Mode. 3 operational modes are available. Mode 1. The control is based solely on the total number of needles, verifying that the count matches the expected value. Mode 2. In this mode, the system ignores the total needle count and focuses on the specific position of the missing needle. The device checks, for the number of cycles set in the control parameter, that the missing needle is consistently detected in the same position, with minimal tolerance. Mode 3. This mode combines the checks from modes 1 and 2, ensuring verification of both the total needle count and the specific position of the missing needle. To achieve optimal performance, configure these parameters according to the specific needs of your machine and verify their behavior during preliminary tests, always following the manual's instructions. An essential aspect to ensure the proper functioning of the system is regular maintenance, particularly cleaning the sensor lens. During normal use, the device lens can accumulate oil, dust, or fibers, altering the received signal. In most cases, this issue manifests as continuous reflection of the light signal, regardless of whether or not a needle is present. In such situations, the signal intensity indicator LEDs remain permanently lit, signaling an anomaly. When this occurs, it is crucial to clean the lens thoroughly, removing all accumulated residues. The cause of this issue can often be attributed to elements such as air bellows or nozzles located nearby, which contribute to the deposition of impurities on the lens. To prevent these problems, it is recommended to regularly check the cleanliness of the lens and consider possible solutions to minimize dirt accumulation, such as repositioning the nozzles or reducing the airflow output. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope the information provided has been helpful for the installation and configuration of your laser sensor. Remember, the EOS team is always at your disposal to offer full assistance and technical support in using the device. Do not hesitate to contact us for any needs or clarifications. Happy working.